Huh?
What are you looking at me for?
You gotta tell me what I'm about to look at.
Oh, what are you about to look at? So we're here looking at the first milling of the volume for the Shanghai show car. And as we know, it's based on, I think you'd be hard pressed to tell that by looking at it, which is of course a good thing. You know, when you do a special body car or limited series car, you of course want to be truly unique. You want to take what you love about, of course, the donor car in terms of its mechanics, its performance, certain elements about it, and then of course there's other discussions whether or not it's carrying that brand on or not. In this case, this is a pure vision of Stile Bertone, and let's say the new world order of Stile Bertone. So, you know, here we wanted to actually trick the proportions a bit. We wanted to create something that was a little more disorienting in a sense that to modernize that feel, we wanted to give it a done as we created this exceptionally strong volume that begins at the front wheel of the car, and it really pulls back to this very extreme teardrop form, but in a very wedged fashion, and that gives it this very forward stance, you know, much like a sprinter coming out of the blocks, or you know, someone approaching you in an aggressive fashion. You know, this volume, this you know, large muscular, let's say fuselage, almost it's very similar, in fact, an airplane in that respect. This airplane like fuselage, which comes back, is then actually supported and embraced by this aerodynamic wing. And so when you look at the two forms together, you really read these two interlocking forms, almost like a chain link. And what it creates is it creates a very dynamic movement and a very clear theme that you really see one form sitting on top of this second form. And then within that, there's yet a third form, and that's the form of the teardrop that creates the passenger cell, which then sucks back into the rear of the car. So from the rear of the car, you have all of these lines of volumes converging on each other, which gives that sense of air passing, you know, obviously in the most efficient way possible over the car. So the car is starting wide and low to help create that downforce, and then it's following just as air is going to follow over the car. It's moving back. It's getting tighter and slimmer. It's unique in the fact that it's a theme that you can see instantly, and it's a bit abstract. And that's what we certainly want to do. We want to create something that's a bit provocative.
So Bertone has a history of naming its cars after reptiles or insects. Is that tradition going to continue with this car?
I think it should. I think, you know, you certainly can't deny all of your history. We have a lot of amazing history here. We wouldn't want to deny our history. And I think there's something fun about that. I like people being able to equate certainly the glory year period of the Bertone style, which was the 60s into the 70s and early 80s. You know, they really pumped out one after another these really awe-inspiring speed forms. You know, they were more sculpture than automobile. And they did have, you know, very aggressive, very shocking, very avant-garde approach that was very complemented by these names, which were equally intriguing.